Finish up your career in a Fiesta Bowl.
Like I said before, it's tough to put into words. It really it has been just fantastic. It's been a wonderful career, and I'm so grateful for everything this place has done for me. And to go out, playing this game, I'm very grateful and appreciative, and it's awesome, man.
With every time we talk to you, every time we see you on the field, just seems like you care maybe as much as anybody out there and play with a ton of passion. Where does that come from? What kind of drives you out there?
Oh man, I just think it kind of started in high school, not being recruited very much, and I think just that drive, knowing that I have to believe in myself before anybody else does, and so that developed obviously in Pueblo, and obviously when I took the chance to come here, and just kind of working hard and seeing the results, and it's just a boyhood love I have for this game. At the end of the day, I just enjoy it so much, and I enjoy my teammates.
When did you start playing?
Football in general?
Yeah.
I would maybe fourth grade, third,
Okay.
fourth grade.
What is it about this game that pulls that out of you?
It teaches you there's so many life lessons in football. I think, there's so many challenges in football, and every challenge you face in football, you can really apply it to life. Every day, respecting your teammates, your coaches, it's like respecting your parents, and, when you get older, having kids. I just think the team concept is just more critical in football than any other sport, and I just love that, the accountability that everybody has to have.
What do you like, when the ball snapped? Are you all rage? Or are you under control? What do you like out there on the field when the ball snapped?
I think on game day, I earlier in my career, I used to be a little bit more rage and thinking really fast, but as I've grown older, I think my mind slows down a little bit, and I'm just controlled out there, but there's nothing that gets me going more than a one-on-one matchup. So
What's next for you in life? What do you want to do?
Well, when I graduate, obviously my passion is football, so I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen at the next level. And beyond that, I might be a strength and conditioning coach. I'll look into that. And I really don't see myself leaving the game of football, though.
What's your degree?
Communication.
Okay.
I was going to say, you talk about matchups, the tackles for Arizona or 6'8". What's the biggest challenge in facing guys that are that tall and that pretty good size?
I think when you're facing somebody that tall, it's just their range. If they're that tall, they've got long arms, and so they can reach you, at different spots on the field where a lot of guys can't. And so I just think having good pad leverage, staying low, and using my speed is crucial.
Have you seen much of them on film yet? What makes their front group tough?
Absolutely, we've been watching film all week. They do a great job. They play really physical. They play as a group. They're nasty, and they're really athletic too, and they run their scheme well, so we have to be ready to play.
How ready are you guys, I guess, tonight? The finals out of the way. It's like a Saturday, start kind of a normal simulated week of practice for a week before you guys take the break. Which is kind of the mindset of the team right now, and how you guys are feeling?
I think the mindset of the team is probably just a relief. A lot of guys feel relieved that now they can just focus on football, and everybody's been talking about this Fiesta Bowl and excited about it, but at the same time, we've got to take care of school first and got to get these tests out of the way. Now that that's done, everybody can kind of just take a deep breath, and now it's time to get to work on this side of it.
What are your plans for the next week? Are you gonna take off? Are you gonna go home for Christmas for a couple of days, or how?
I'll go to Denver on the 23rd and spend 3 days there with my family, and fly back to Phoenix on the 26th.
What do you think it's going to be like for you guys, kind of to break for a couple of days and spend time with family, and then all meet back in Phoenix and kind of gear back up?
Not quite sure. Never done it before, man. It'll be a little different, but shoot, man. What's this, week 17? We've had a couple breaks in here, a couple bye weeks and Thanksgiving, so we kind of know how to handle time off. We've gone home this season. I've gone home this season, so I anticipate us being ready to go once we get back to Phoenix.
How do you kind of approach that time off? Do you just try to unwind for a couple of days, or do you still kind of stay in the playbook or anything like that at all?
I try to unwind. I think it's important to really, when you get that time with your family, you just to really use that as your family time and enjoy that time, because you don't get it very often, and use that to rejuvenate, because when you get back to Arizona, shoot, it's all football. It's all time to study. So I think there has to be good balance.
You think it'll be special this year? You go home and all the family and friends are going to be talking about you playing in the Fiesta Bowl on New Year's Eve on national television?
Yeah, they'll be excited. It'll be fun to talk about. I'll I'll be most
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
you talked for a couple of weeks last time we talked to you about wanting to kind of leave your mark on this program and stuff, and you see the 2 trophies right there, and obviously there's a perfect spot for the 3rd one. I mean, how do you, getting there's nice, but what's kind of the mindset of wanting to finish this thing off right?
Oh, absolutely. The mindset is to finish it off right. We are there to win the game, and that has been our focus from the first practice, in our preparation, and it will continue to be our focus. The coaches are doing a great job. The players are working hard, and we've got to continue that.
Individually, been a really good year for you as well. What's been the difference for you this year, and what are you most proud of in terms of what you've contributed to this defense this year?
Well, when I think back to fall camp, the number one thing I needed to work on was consistency, and I believe I've been consistent for the defense this year. That's one thing that I'm proud of at the end of the year. There's always things you look back on and you wish you could have done more of, but I'm happy that I was consistent and able to stay on the field all year and be healthy. That's always the most important thing.
I'm talking to Andy a couple weeks ago. He said you'll hear people say Beau knows go around here. Beau knows how to go. He's always going. That's something you learned here, or something you just always had? You just kind of always got that mindset of go, go, go.
I think it's just something I developed in high school, and especially with my position playing defensive end, having a high motor is really important. And so I guess it probably started the first couple of weeks I came here as a walk-on, really trying to earn respect, and I've just tried my best to keep that mindset.
But in terms of the leadership side of things, how have you kind of developed into that role this year on that defensive line?
Again, that happened a little weird, obviously, with T. Horn and JT, and I quickly became the only senior, so it was kind of forced upon me. But I felt comfortable. I felt comfortable stepping up and being the vocal leader. I love our room. Our guys all work hard, and it's an easy group to lead. So, it's been a great year, and I've been blessed to be in this role to lead.
You kind of alluded to it, but from when you mentioned being under recruited a little bit, going to a D2 school, walking on here, even this year, there was maybe some quote unquote question marks at defensive end. There's always been kind of a need to prove yourself. You always felt that, that way, no matter whatever is in front of you, you have to do that.
Yeah, I have felt that way. I felt like there's always been a chip on my shoulder, but shoot, that's what I love about this program, man. It's blue collar, and I believe everybody here has a chip on their shoulder, and so that's why, leaving here, I will be so appreciative of everyone here and what this place has taught me.
Doing some on Darren Lee and those hits he makes on special teams. He's won the hammer like 3 times this year. Does that fire you guys out? What kind of impact does that have on a game when you see a guy go out and do what he does on kickoff?
Yeah, you see Darren, and he lays a wood, and it fires everybody up. I've said that before. A big hit like that, that's infectious. It gets everybody going. And Darren, man, he loves football. He comes ready to play every day, and he can hit. So he's fun to play with.
What have these bowl practices been like? A different vibe than regular season, or is it just another practice, another game?
It's just another practice for us. We, obviously things are a little different with finals, and we have a little bit more time between practices. But when it's time to stretch, warm up, and then start, it's really the same as any other practice. It has to be.
Well, obviously, one of the selling points for recruits in this school is how much they've won in the past 2 Fiesta Bowls. As the guy's been in the program for a few years now, how hard is it to live up to the expectations that this program has created from its past success, I guess?
Well, personally, I feel like our mindset around here has just been one day at a time, 1 week at a time. So we know the standard's been set. We all knew that when we signed up, when we came here our first day, and that's something that's a reason why we all came here, because we want to help hold that up and build on it. And so I think for the guys coming in after us, as long as they continue to take it one day at a time, and whether it's a lift, a meeting, or practice, then our standard will continue to be built.
And I know we talked about the senior class back on senior day and even prior to the conference championship game, but it's not particularly a big group now that there's been some injuries and stuff. But you look around at some of these seniors. What does it mean for you guys to lead this team and go out the way that you guys have you're in the position to go out?
Oh man, it means a great deal. Like you say that, and the first thing that pops in my head was walking with Grant, on the blue on my last time. It's just so great. It feels great. We've been here for a long time as seniors, and this has been a different year than any other year in Bronco football. So we just want to end it off right.
Why do you say that? Is there any reason in particular you say it different?
Well, obviously, Coach Pete and new staff, and we've had to battle. And we've been on a roll, and 1-0 every week, and we just want to keep that going.